Hi, my name's Keith Cooper, and in this short video I'm actually going to do a short book review. The book in question is Mastering Light and Flash. It's published by Ammonite Press and it's by Richard Bradbury. Now, the Mastering series of books covers quite a lot of aspects of photography. I have some reviews on the Northlight site of some of the other books that I've looked at in this series. And they're pitched at people wanting an introduction to a subject, but enough detail to set you off into getting more information as you might need it. So, for example, if I look in here and start off, we've got some fairly basics on use of natural light, filters, polarizing filters. Although it says lighting and flash, it covers natural lighting as well as artificial lighting. So there's stuff on natural lighting there, which is quite useful. It's at a relatively basic level, but this is a sort of book you'd get if you were thinking, ooh, I could do with improving my photography in some areas. There are useful bits for myself as a professional photographer as well, because there's quite a lot of times I don't use additional lighting. Sometimes I could, sometimes I don't for quite specific reasons. So the job may not justify the full setup for an interior shoot of lots of additional lighting. I may only have 10-15 minutes to get a shot done. That's not a time to set up a complex lighting setup, but lots of useful info here. There are examples of other people's work as well. So we have here some jewellery photography. I do detailed product photography as well. Difference is I tend to do industrial items. So the lighting setup for this shot of the interior of a disk drive was fairly complex. A couple of lights, some reflectors. Stuff like this is about the absence of light as much as the presence of light, but I have to make an interesting photo that explains something or illustrates a point. In jewellery photography, you need to make a beautiful picture that's really going to show the work that's gone into it and why somebody might want to wear it, although looking at some of these examples here, no, really wouldn't. Tacky to say the least. But anyway, matter of taste or not. Jewellery photography, very specific. So there's examples here you could get into. It'll give you an introduction, but this is not a how-to guide. Now, there's lots of stuff on YouTube and other places about lighting setup. There is a lot of information out there, and has the advantage of being free. This book has the advantage of being a book. Now, I'm one of those people who still like sitting down and reading a book on occasions, even with one like this with lots of pictures. I will almost always learn something from one of these. I'm not entirely sure at where the level these books are pitched at, because I find they have lots of interesting stuff and then I just want a bit more. But there are references and there are links to more, so they're good for stuff. So if you're looking for a present for a moderately advanced amateur photographer, these are good books for it. There's stuff about dedicated studio spaces. So the example here, it goes into all the details you need to know about hiring studios, working with people. As examples of studio shots, such as this horrendous one of hundreds of babies and a distraught looking woman, which, yeah, that's why I don't deal with kids at all, but there we go. More potentially useful for people is people who want to do some basic portrait work. All the standard lighting angles are covered, along with why you might use them and the various setups. So this is stuff that is useful. So some basic product photography, lighting a bottle. If you want a basic photography exercise in sort of studio still life type photography for product, the classic example is take an interesting photograph of an egg and how you light it. If you want to make it really complex, take a photograph of 2 eggs or 3 eggs where the interplay of positioning and lighting and interacting lighting between them makes a real difference. But anyway, that is a book I enjoyed reading. Have a look on the Northlight site as well, because I've got more details such as tables of contents and things like that which you can do for it. But as I always say, books about photography are an ideal way of just giving yourself a little nudge to try something different. So there you have it, Mastering Lighting and Flash by Richard Bradbury. Thank you.